Hi, hello, good evening students. How are you doing? So, welcome to the next session of our Heredity chapter part 2. Good evening Dhanush. My life music, okay, I don't know your name, good evening. Alright, so hope you have all watched the yesterday's session, and I had also left the link PDF where you can download the PDF. We had quite two more questions where Weismann's experiment was also there. I don't know how many of you has gone through that. Good evening Purvika. See, I remember your name today, Purvika, though you have not changed. Alright. And today's class, as I promised yesterday, I have taken a lot of assertion and reason questions from this particular chapter. And again, we have repeated questions. As I was looking through the previous year question papers that's been asked, I see that this sex determination is being asked in every possible ways. Okay, how do you determine the sex of the offspring, or rather the same answer being asked in different formats. So I want you all to kindly be thorough with this one question about sex determination. Alright children, okay, because the answer is the same, but the way they have asked the question is in different formats. Same answer, but asked in different formats. So kindly be thorough with that sex determination question. Alright. The second question that I have been seeing in different question papers is the monohybrid dihybrid cross. Alright. So kindly be thorough with monohybrid dihybrid cross and sex determination. Alright. So we will see how many questions we are able to solve today. Let's not delay further. Okay, so which one of the following is an example of genetic variation? So yesterday we discussed about genes, chromosomes. So when there is genes and chromosomes, there is mixing of characteristics. I am going to have lot of variation. When there is increased variation, there is increased evolution. Good evening Purvika, good to see you with your name. Okay, one person has a scar but his friend does not. One person is older than the other. Rita eats meat but her sister Geeta is a vegetarian. Two children have different eye color. Okay. So here we are talking about genetic variation. So put in the chat box what is the correct answer. All of you, very good. Dhanush Shetty, Purvika, very good, very good. So you got it right. So since we are talking about genetic variation, the first one is talking about a person and his friend who are no way related. Very good. Rachita has given the correct answer. Dhanush, everyone has given the correct answer. Super. Person is older than the other, age has nothing to do here. This is talking about food, vegetarian and non-vegetarian, that has nothing to do with variation. So definitely it is going to be two children have different eye color. Super. Very good. So all of you have got it right. A zygote which has an X chromosome inherited from the father will develop into. Very simple question, like I told you, sex determination answer is the same question being asked in multiple manners. So this is one question here where you see zygote which has X chromosome that has come from the father will develop into. A boy, girl, X chromosome does not determine the sex of a child, either a boy or a girl. What is the answer? Come on, start typing. What is the answer for this particular question? Very simple. What do you think the X chromosome will give rise to? Very good, Dhanush. Very good. So, Purvika, Dhanush, they've got it right again. Super. I'm so happy that you are participating in this quiz. Mahalakshmi said D. Okay. All right. So, Dhanush has got it right. Music, my life. Super. So, all of you have got it right here. The child is going to be a girl because we know that sperms are going to have X as well as Y. Correct? So, egg is going to have only the X chromosome. So, here the question is talking about the sperm giving the X chromosome. So, when I have the X chromosome fusing with the egg, I am going to give rise to a zygote which is having XX. That is a characteristic of the girl child. Super. All of you have got it right. Okay. In humans, if gene B gives B, okay, I think we discussed this question yesterday. Okay, no, it's a different question. Okay, so same way they have asked it in a different format. In humans, if gene B gives capital B is giving the brown eyes and gene small b is giving rise to blue eyes, what will be the color of the eyes of the persons having combination capital B, small b, capital B, capital B. So, I have capital B which is going to give brown eyes, small b which is giving blue eyes. So, I am going to get capital B, small b, capital B, capital B. Alright, Ifra, alright Ifra, I'll call you Ifra. Okay, so we have brown and brown, blue and blue, blue and brown, brown and blue. What would be the phenotype? Okay, so we have Dhanush saying brown and brown, Purvika says A, everyone says A, very good, super. I think all of you have got it right here, super, very good. So, here brown is a dominant allele and here we are seeing capital B, so definitely this person is going to have brown eyes and this person is definitely brown because it is homozygous capital B. Alright, so it is brown and brown, very good. Okay, exchange of genetic material takes place in vegetative propagation, asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction, budding. Very simple question. Where does exchange of genetic material take place? I think this is a very, very simple question which all of you can answer. What is the answer? Okay, exchange of genetic material. Where is the exchange of genetic material happening? Come on, Purvika, Mahalakshmi, Dhanush, Ifra. What do you think is the answer? Where can I see exchange of genetic material? Super, very good, Dhanush. Okay, I think Dhanush is the only one who has given the answer here. Correct? Okay, Ifra has also given the answer, Mahalakshmi has given the answer, Purvika, very good. I think all of you have got it right. So, exchange of genetic material is going to take place in the process of sexual reproduction. So, when there is fusion of the male and female, characteristics from both the father and mother is going to come to the offspring. That is happening only in sexual reproduction. Karthikeyan, hi ma, good evening. Okay. Mendel conducted his famous breeding experiments by working on the following: Drosophila, Escherichia coli, Pisum sativum, none of the above. So, here it is always to be written in binomial nomenclature, okay, where we are going to write the genus capital, species small, and here it is going to be Escherichia coli. See small letter and you underline it separately. Alright. So, Mendel has conducted his breeding experiment in. Why did Purvika say no? Alright. Okay, so Mendel has conducted all his experiment in. Dhanush has given the correct answer. Ifra has given the correct answer. Purvika has also given the correct answer. Very good. So, he has conducted his experiments in the garden pea, which is scientifically called as Pisum sativum. Correct? So, Pisum sativum is the scientific name of garden pea. That's what is the answer. Very good. Alright. So, which of the following is not controlled by genes? So, we have a few characteristics and they are asking us which of the character is not controlled by genes. Yes, Purvika, yes. You did answer, but after that you have given nope. So, I don't know what made you say nope, for what reason. That is why I did not say anything. Alright. So, what is the character which is not controlled by genes? Eye color, height, hair color, none of the above. So, what do you think is not under the control of genes among these four characteristics? Oh, it is coming, Purvika, don't worry. I am able to receive everything. Don't worry. So, whatever you are typing, I am getting. Alright. So, Dhanush has given the correct answer. Ifra has given. Now, I have Mukti. Mukti, I think. Alright. Mahalakshmi. So, all of them have given the correct answer. Mahalakshmi has given the wrong answer. Okay. Mahalakshmi has typed the long answer. It's okay. We are learning. Or is it the typing error? I don't know. Purvika, yes, I got your answer. All right. So if you look at the eye color, definitely comes either from the mother or father. Height, yesterday also I said, comes from the mother and father. Yes, Purvika, I got your answer. Hair color also is determined by your parents. So the answer is going to be none of the above. So all the characters, whatever is there in you, is determined by your parents' gene. Okay, so definitely all of these come under the control of genes. All right, which section of DNA provides information for one protein? So, who do you think gives protein synthesis in your cell? Nucleus, trait, chromosome, gene. So, what do I mean by trait? Trait means character. Okay, the characteristic which is present in a person, that is called as a trait. So, is it the nucleus, is it the characteristic, is it the chromosome, or is it the gene? So, what is going to give information for protein? All right, so Dhanush has given the answer. Do we have anyone else giving the answer? Ifra has given the answer. So we have two people who are thinking and answering. Ifra and Dhanush. Very good. Anybody else? I don't want to complicate things. I don't know how much you know about this protein synthesis. It is going to be the gene. Okay. So, yes, Purvika, Mahalakshmi, all of you have got it right. So, I will give you one standard statement which is called as central dogma. If at all by chance you are entering into the 11th and 12th grade taking up science, this will help you, and if you want to be doctors. Okay. So, always remember, in every cell or every organism, it is the DNA which is going to get converted into mRNA, and this mRNA gets converted into protein. Okay, this is called as central dogma. Central dogma, which means it is a standard rule followed by all organisms in the world, irrespective of it is a plant, it is an animal, human being, or a microbe. Every organism goes through this process where DNA gets converted into mRNA and mRNA gets converted into protein. Yes, Ranjana, very good. The answer is correct. This process is called as transcription, and this process where mRNA gives protein is called as translation. I know it could be Greek and Latin going over your head to few of you, but learning is good. Okay, there's no harm in learning something extra. So remember that when DNA gets converted into mRNA, I will call this step as transcription. mRNA getting converted into protein is called as translation, which is a standard rule followed in all organisms. All right. So DNA is nothing but the gene. Okay. So who is giving this protein is the DNA is giving rise to protein. It is the gene. Yes, very good, Purvika. Okay. So the gene is DNA. DNA is otherwise called as the gene. All right. So two pea plants, one with round seeds and the other with wrinkled yellow seeds, produce F1 progeny that have round yellow seeds. When F1 plants are self-pollinated, the F2 progeny will have a new combination of characters. Choose the new combination of characters from the following. Yesterday, I have told you, just by looking at the question, my children will not answer. Okay? Ma'am, I know this. Very good, Purvika. Okay? So, here, I don't want you to just look at the question and answer. I want you to work it out, try it out, because we don't know what the answer could be. All right. So, do we get round yellow, round green, wrinkled yellow, or wrinkled green? 1 and 2, 1 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 3. All right. Kindly do it out, children. Work it out in your notebook. All right. Just don't come to conclusions by looking at the question. So, capital R, small y, crossed with small r, capital Y. So, this has this combination and this combination. So, when they have inbred, we have capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Okay. And if you remember, this is the combination of your dihybrid cross. Correct? So, most of you have got it right. Purvika, Danush says something else, Danish from Tamil Nadu, yes, I remember, and Ifra. Okay. So, we have a new combination of character which is going to be found. Parental combination is round, green, wrinkled yellow. So, most of you I think have got it right. Okay. So, Danush Shetty, okay, Mahalakshmi, okay. So, I told you please read the question. The question has spoken about round green, okay. Round green is already the parental combination given here, and wrinkled yellow, okay. So, wrinkled yellow is already the combination here, correct, which is why I said please read the question properly. This is the parental combination. Your dihybrid cross is round yellow, wrinkled green, children. Okay, here they have twisted the question. It is round green, wrinkled yellow. Correct? Yes, Danush, only you have answered right. Yes. Yes, Danush, I agree with you. Only you have answered right. I am not. Yesterday you told me, Danish, that you are from Tamil Nadu. So, I thought you are from Tamil Nadu. Okay. So, your dihybrid cross question is round yellow, wrinkled green. But here, the mechanism is same, but the parents are different. Parents are round green and wrinkled yellow. Correct? You don't understand this. Okay, look at the question, Purvika. So, we have two plants. This is round green. Okay, this plant is round green seed. Okay. This plant is wrinkled yellow. Already they have given the parents. Correct? Okay. This is the parents that they have already given. And they are asking you what will be the new combination. It is as simple. If you just look at the question itself, you can answer this question. Correct? So, already round green is a parent here. Wrinkled yellow is a parent here. So, what is the new combination? Round yellow, wrinkled green. Correct? Purvika, did you understand now? These two are already parents. The question is asking what is the new combination? Correct? So, what is the new combination other than the parents? What is the new combination that is present here? Round yellow and wrinkled green, which is 1 and 4. Did you understand, Purvika? I hope you understood. Okay. It is not the direct dihybrid cross question. Okay. Mendel's dihybrid cross is round yellow, wrinkled green, but here they have just twisted it. Okay. They have given round green, wrinkled yellow. Yes, Ifra has understood. I don't know about Purvika. She has not replied as of now. I hope she has understood the question. All right. So, the only person who had, yes, very good. Now, I understood. Very good. Okay. So, the only person who had got it right is Danush. Very good, Danush. All right. Okay. So, which of the following statement is not true with respect to variation? Variation means mixing of characters. Correct? So, which is not correct, which is wrong, you are going to find out. All variations in a species have equal chances of survival. Change in genetic composition results in variation. Selection of variants by environmental factors forms the basis of evolutionary process. Variation is minimum in asexual reproduction. I think evolution chapter is being deleted, right? I think it is not there for you. So, we will just skip this question. Okay. So, we have an assertion here. Mendel selected the pea plant for his experiments. The reason says pea plant is cross-pollinating and has unisexual flowers. Alright. So, what is the answer for this question? Is the assertion correct? Reason correct? If yes, is it the correct explanation or just the assertion is correct, reason wrong, assertion wrong, reason true. Alright, so all of you have given, I think Ifra has given a different answer, but Purvika has typed twice. Okay. Mendel selected the pea plant for his experiment. Is it right? Okay. But Ifra has, Purvika says it is wrong. According to Purvika, Mendel did not select the pea plant. We just answered this question, correct, Purvika? Correct? Okay. So, the assertion is Mendel selected the pea plant, which is correct. The reason why Mendel selected the pea plant is because it has cross-pollinating as well as unisexual flowers. Okay. Yes, Purvika. Earlier you had given D, I think. Okay. But it is not D. Now you have given A. Yes. Alright. So here Mendel selected the pea plant, that is Pisum sativum, which is correct. And the reason why he selected that is because of a few characters, because it has self-pollinating as well as unisexual flowers. Okay. I have, yes, alright. The next assertion, the sex of a child is determined by the mother. Reason says humans have two types of sex chromosome, XX and XY. Okay. So, please give your answer for this. Does the mother determine the sex of the child? That is the other reasons, Purvika. There are various characters why Mendel selected the pea plant, because it takes very short time to grow. It produces large number of plants in a very short period of time. It has both self-pollinating and cross-pollinating flowers. It has both the male and female in the same plant, and it has 7 pairs of contrasting characteristics. There are so many reasons. Yes, Purvika. Okay. So, one of the reasons they have given is that. So, we can consider these 2 reasons. Alright. So, out of so many reasons, they have given 2 reasons. So, I think all of you have given the answer as D, that assertion is false, reason is true. Very good. So, sex of a child is determined by the mother. No, it is the father who is going to determine the sex of the child, because the father is heterozygous. He produces X as well as Y sperms. The reason says humans have 2 types of sex chromosomes, XX and XY, which is going to be correct. So, it is going to be assertion false, but reason is true. Very good. Next assertion, in humans, height is a trait which shows variation. Reason says some humans are very tall, some have medium height, whereas others are short heighted. Okay. So, what do you think is the answer for this assertion and reason? Humans, height is a trait which shows variation. Is it correct or wrong? Reason is saying some people are very tall, some people are very short, some people have medium height. Is it correct? Yes or no? And do you think that this and this are correlated? Is the reason the correct explanation of the assertion? Please give in your answers. Yes, Ifra, very good. So, Ifra has given the answer. What about the others? Tanush, very good. Danush, Vatsala, we have a new person. Vatsala, very nice. Purvika, yes, all of you all have got it right. Okay. Everyone has given the correct answer. Mahalakshmi, yes. Purvika, yes, I read the answer. Okay. So, in humans, height is a trait which shows variation. Yes, definitely. Okay. In humans, some are very tall, some have medium height, some are short height. Correct? Which means it is giving us variety here. Right? So, why is Purvika changing the answer? You are giving different answers. Your previous answer was correct. Okay? So, here we are seeing variations, that both the assertion and reason is true, and the reason is going to be the correct explanation of the assertion. Alright. So, assertion says traits like tallness and dwarfness in pea plant are inherited independently. Reason says when a homozygous tall plant is crossed with a dwarf pea plant, medium-sized pea plant is obtained in the F1 generation. Okay. So, look at the assertion. We have traits like tallness and dwarfness which is inherited independently. Look at Mendel's law of inheritance. Okay. And the reason is saying when a homozygous tall pea plant, that means this pea plant is crossed with a dwarf pea plant, medium-sized plants are obtained. This is what the reason says. So, do you think it is right or wrong? If yes, is it the correct explanation or no? Given your answers. So, I don't see anyone answering. Vatsala has said C, all right. Anybody else? So, Vatsala says the assertion is true but reason is false. Very good. Anyone else? Purvika, Danush, Tanush, Ifra, Mahalakshmi. Anybody else? Ifra is asking me, is it C or can it be A, B, D? I don't know. Okay. Sumukh says C. All right. Mahalakshmi says C. Purvika says A. Purvika says reason is also the correct one. Purvika, do you think this is a medium-sized plant? We are having this combination. Look at it, Purvika. Okay. Is this medium, Purvika? As per Mendel, only the dominant trait is expressed. This is a tall plant. How can we get a medium-sized plant in the F1 generation? Correct, Purvika. Again, you have typed A. Correct. It cannot be A, Purvika. Okay. So, the answer is going to be assertion is true but reason is false. So, as per Mendel, we have two laws, right? Yesterday we discussed law of dominance, law of segregation, law of independent assortment. Correct? Very good, Danush. But the reason here, I can never get a medium-sized plant when I cross a tall and dwarf plant. Yes. So, it is going to be option C. All right, Purvika. Next assertion, monohybrid cross deals with inheritance of one pair of contrasting characters. Dihybrid cross deals with inheritance of two pairs of contrasting characters. Okay. So, very simple. All right, Purvika, no problem. We are just learning. It's okay. All right. So, here we have the assertion and reason which is talking about two different crosses of monohybrid and dihybrid cross. You are going to select which among these are the correct answer. Is it A, B, C or D? All right. I hope you are able to solve most of these questions here because these are all taken from the previous year question papers. Okay. All of this have been asked repeatedly in the previous year question paper. So, if you are able to get it right, I am sure all of you will be able to crack it in your finals. Very good. Most of you are getting it right. So, Ifra has given option C as the answer. Anybody else? Purvika says C, Danish says C. Okay, reason is false. Okay. Anybody else? Danush says C, Sumukh says C. Are you so fascinated with C or is it just that have you noticed psychological effect? What human beings do is, I might know the correct answer, but just because somebody else is saying it is C, I am fascinated to put C. That is the tendency of human beings. Somebody else is doing a wrong thing, just because 100 people are saying it is C, I go with C. That is psychology, which is what is happening here. One person, Ifra, started with C. Everybody is following him saying, yes, yes, it's C, C. Now, Ifra has changed, saying somebody else. Okay. So, here, okay, and what is NB? Bahira, okay, NB, okay, B. Now, see, the person started with B and followers of B are coming up. Okay. So, don't follow anybody. Please be yourself. If you know the answer, just click that answer. Don't go with the group. All right. Because we don't know if the group is right or wrong. They might be wrong and you might be right always. Alright. So here monohybrid cross, mono means one, correct. So monohybrid cross is dealing with one pair of contrasting character, whereas dihybrid cross, di means two. So here we are dealing with two pairs of contrasting characters. Both are correct. So monohybrid cross is correct. Dihybrid cross is correct. But there is no link between monohybrid and dihybrid cross. Monohybrid is 1, dihybrid is 2. Alright, Ifra. Okay. So monohybrid is 1, dihybrid is 2. Alright. But they are not connected. Alright. There is no connection between the monohybrid and dihybrid cross. So we would say that both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Yes, Danish. Now people are saying B. Okay. So monohybrid means Mendel has taken only one pair of contrasting character and he has crossed tall and dwarf. Yes, Danush, you have got it right. Dihybrid means he has taken two pairs of contrasting characters and he has crossed. That is round yellow and wrinkled green. Correct? But there is no link between the two. Mono is correct, di is correct, but there is no link between the two. Answers are reaching you late. Yes, yes. No, I have received it. I have received the answers at the right time. There is slight lag because of technical reasons, but I am getting the answers at the right time. Okay, Ifra, don't worry. So here the answer is going to be option B. Alright, so we have an assertion: if blood group of both mother and father is O, then the blood group of children will also be O. Blood group in human beings is determined by many alleles of a gene, that is IA, IB and IO. Okay, I don't know how many of you are thorough with blood grouping, but this is important. So what do you think is the answer for this assertion and reasoning? Okay, is the assertion true, reason true? Is it the correct explanation, not the correct explanation? Assertion false, reason false. Okay, so please give in your answers. I think now it has reached you, the question has reached you, and your answers will also be reaching me on time. Okay, so don't worry about it. I will be getting your answers. Here we are talking about blood group, and we have the mother who's having blood group O. So you can write blood group O as IO, IO. Father is also having IO, IO. Okay, so what would be the, okay, so we have Danush Shetty, Sumukh, Tanush coming with one answer. Then we have Vatsala who's giving another answer. Ifra is also going with Danush, Sumukh and yeah, Tanush. All right. So we have a couple of answers, mixed group. Okay, so let's see what the answer is. So blood grouping, both mother and father are having IO, IO. Yes, Purvika says B. So definitely the offspring is going to have IO, IO. Correct? Yes. So this child is definitely having blood group O, which is correct. And when we talk about human blood group can be blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB or blood group O. In human beings, we are having 4 different blood groups, A, B, AB and O, which is going to be controlled by alleles IA, IB and IO, which is also right. Correct? So the first assertion is talking about the child who is going to have a blood group, whereas the reason is talking about blood group in human beings. Okay? The reason is talking about a general characteristic about blood group in human beings, whereas the first question is talking about a child whose blood group is about parents having O blood group. It is specific. Alright. So it is going to be both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. So most of them, Danush, Sumukh, Tanush Ifra, all of them gave A. Please understand, the first question is a very specific question. There are two parents, they have a child and that child is having O blood group because of these two parents. But the second question is talking about blood group in human beings. It's a generalized question. Correct? Yes, Purvika. Quite confusing. All right. Purvika is correct. Yes. Okay. So here you see the question in humans. Here it is mother and father. All right, Dhanush. Sumukh. So human beings is a generalized version. We are all human beings. It can be anyone. Here they are very specific about one mother, one father and one child. Okay, or two children. Alright, so it's a very specific question. Assertion is very specific, whereas reason is generalized. It is talking about human beings in general. So the answer is both correct, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Alright, I think all of you have understood. Okay, next assertion. In humans, the male is responsible for sex of the baby which is born. The reason says Y chromosomes are present in only the male gametes or the sperms. Okay, very simple question this is. Again, I told you, same sex determination being asked in different formats. One marker, assertion and reasoning, long answers, all of it. Hi Manoj, I think when we are just about to end the class, you have joined in. All right. Okay, so what is the answer for this assertion and reason? Human beings, the father is the one who is determining the sex of the baby. Reason says Y chromosome is present only in the male gametes or the sperms. Yes, Sumukh, Ranjana, Dhanush, Tanush, they have all, Purvika, they have given A while Ifra has given B. So I have one person who is saying B while the remaining Vatsala, everyone goes with A. So let's see the assertion. The assertion says in humans, the male or father is responsible for the sex of the baby which is born. Definitely correct. It is the male chromosome, the male sperm who decides whether it is going to be a boy or a girl. Now Purvika has changed to B. All right. The reason says Y chromosomes are present in only the male gametes or the sperms. That is also correct. Both are correct and there is a correlation between the assertion and reason. Correct. Somebody changed. Yes. Yes, they have changed. Okay. So here it is the father who is deciding what is the sex of the baby. Correct. The answer is A, Purvika. Most of them have given A, which is correct. All right. The reason why it is because it is not B, it is A. Look at the assertion. The male is responsible for sex of the baby. Why? Why is the male responsible? Because he is carrying X and Y in his sperms. Correct? So Y chromosomes are present in only the male gametes or the sperms. X is seen only in females. If I take a female, she is only having the X. Correct? Male is having X and Y. So because he is having that Y chromosome, there is that different chromosome in the male, he is able to decide the sex of the child. Alright. So Y chromosome is present only in the male, which is why he is responsible for determining the sex of the child. Alright. If only he also had only X and X, then nobody will be the deciding factor there. Correct? It is only because of the Y chromosome that is present, the male becomes the deciding person. Alright. So it is going to be both assertion and reason are true, and the reason is going to be the correct explanation of the assertion. It's alright, Ifra, we are all learning. So failure is a stepping stone to success. Correct? So here if you have got it wrong, in your exam, the same question you will get it right. So now that you know that you have made a mistake here, it is being stored in your brain. Correct? So definitely if the same question appears, you will get it right in your exams. Alright. Okay, one more assertion. So many assertions today. If mother is homozygous for black hair and father has red hair, then their child can inherit black hair. Okay. Reason says the gene for black hair is recessive to gene for red hair in humans. Alright. So, we have hair colors here. If mother is homozygous for black hair, father is red hair, okay, they say child can inherit black hair, and they are saying the reason is black hair is recessive to the red hair in humans. What do you think is the answer? Okay, what do you think is the answer? Answer, Sumukh says C. All right. Assertion is true, but reason is false. All right. Vatsala says C. All right. Anybody else? Purvika, Danush, Ifra says C. All right. So, they are taking time to process this question. Very simple question this is. Okay. Most of them, whoever has given, they are given C. Okay. Danush also says C. So, the answer is C. Okay. If the mother is having black hair and father is having red hair, there is high chance that the child will inherit black hair because it's a dominant trait. Black hair is a dominant trait in case of human beings. So, black hair cannot be a recessive trait. It is a dominant trait. So, assertion is true, reason is false. All right. Okay, we have too many assertions. Let's go to questions. Okay. Show the monohybrid and dihybrid cross with their phenotypic ratio. Yesterday also we discussed the same question. Since we are lagging in time, I just skipped that last assertion and reason, but you can do it by yourself once class is done. The link is available. You can download the PPT and solve the questions. All right. So, just quickly we will brush through what are the long answer, short answer questions that is being repeatedly asked. Again, they have asked monohybrid, dihybrid cross with the phenotypic ratio. Yesterday also we have seen this question. So, this is going to be the monohybrid ratio where you will do the cross. Okay. Capital T cross with small t, tall, dwarf, and then you are going to get the gametes. I am not understanding this pattern, SSLC. Okay, so Manoj, we have a different section which is happening for the SSLC exams. Okay, so for board exam there is a different kind of pattern that is being followed. You can attend those classes. All right, Manoj, this is mainly for the CBSE pattern. Okay, SSLC Karnataka does not follow this. This is mainly for the CBSE students. We have different classes that is running parallel to this. You can attend those SSLC classes. All right. Yes. So, here the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. All right. 3:1. 3 tall plants, 1 dwarf plants. Additionally, they have given us the genotypic ratio also. That is 1 homozygous is the same. No ma, it is not the same. It is slightly different between SSLC and CBSE. Okay. So, the genotype will be 1 homozygous tall, capital T, 2 heterozygous tall and 1 homozygous dwarf. Okay. So, genotype means the genetic ratio, that is 1:2:1. Okay. And for the dihybrid cross, it is going to be 9:3:3:1, where you are going to show round yellow crossed with wrinkled green. Okay. Kindly practice both these crosses as I told yesterday. Definitely one of this will be asked, because repeatedly if you look at the previous year question papers, this question is asked. Okay. Kindly practice the 2 crosses, children. All right. A tall plant with red flowers is self-pollinated. Represent the plants obtained in F2 generation with the help of a checkerboard. The traits which are not found in the parental plants are expressed in the offsprings. Why? So, this is a question based on higher order thinking skills, that is hot. Okay. So, they have given the cross of a dihybrid ratio. Okay. So, here they have given this genotype where I have capital T, small r, this has to be small t. Okay. Small t, capital R, small r. heterozygous and you are self-pollinating it. So, capital T, small t, capital R, small r. This is similar to the dihybrid ratio 9:3:3:1. Exactly, alright. So, they have asked you to do the cross. When you do the cross, you will be getting alleles or gametes in all possible genotypes. That is capital T, capital R, capital T, small t, capital R, small t, small r. Same for this also, which you will be drawing, and then you are going to put a Punnett square or a checkerboard, alright, and that's what you have here, which is already done, okay. You just have to cross it with each of this and you are going to get this, alright. Then the question is asking the traits which are not found in the parental plants, correct. So, the parental plant is having tall red and dwarf, okay. So, this is going to be the dwarf color, let us take it as white, okay. So, tall red plant is given and it should be the opposite, dwarf white, okay. So, you are going to get new combinations which can be tall white, dwarf red, okay. So, the new combination that you are going to get will be tall white, dwarf red, alright, because already this is the parental phenotype. Parents are tall red, dwarf white. But when I do a cross, I am getting all possible combinations which is not even present in my parents, and this is because of variation, okay. The reason why we are getting, they have asked why we are getting new combinations like tall white and dwarf red. The reason is because of mixing up of genes. So, when there is mixing up of genes, there is crossing over. I am going to see variations because of which there are new traits formed, okay. That is the answer, okay. Mention the sex chromosomes present in human male and human female with the help of a flow chart. Determine genetically in human beings the sex of the offspring if the sperm carrying X chromosome fertilizes the egg. Again, this is analysis question based on sex determination. I told you, be thorough with the sex determination, very simple. Concept is the same. Children, concept is the same, but the question they have asked is in a different manner. So, if you look at the flow chart, we will be representing the male having X and Y. The female is having X and X. I hope you are able to see this, okay. So, female is homozygous having X and X, male is X and Y, and they have asked sperm is carrying X chromosome. So, when I have the sperm carrying X chromosome fertilizing with the egg, you are just going to show this flow chart. So, if it is going to be X and X, the child is going to be a female offspring because it is the X chromosome of the sperm which is going to fertilize with X chromosome of the egg. So, this results in a female child. Alright, very good, Dhanush. Okay, explain the mechanism of sex determination in human beings. We have discussed the same thing. I have put this question because I just want you to understand that the same question is being asked in multiple question papers in different manners, okay. Concept is the same, the previous question concept is the same. Here the statement is different. Explain the mechanism of sex determination in human beings. It is the same thing that you are going to explain. So, in case of males, it is going to be XY. In case of females, it is going to be XX. So, you will explain that 50% sperms will be having X chromosome, 50% of sperms will be having Y chromosome. In females, it is just one. So, based on which sperm fertilizes the egg, we are going to get a boy or a girl. Alright, same answer, concept is, the question is different. Alright, so we have a question here. This is from the yesterday's part which was left. Tails of some mice were amputated. Amputated means they were cut and they were allowed to breed. The mice that were produced also had their tails amputated and it was repeated for many generations. What is the reason of the tail appearing again and again? Actually, this is an experiment conducted by a scientist called as Weissman. Okay. So, what this person did is, He took the mice and he cut the tail of the mice. Okay, and the mice were allowed to reproduce. They underwent sexual reproduction and they gave rise to pups. Okay, they had children, and the scientist Weismann observed that the new pups which were born, they all had a tail. Okay, what Weismann thought is, I have cut the tail of the Manjurani hi ma. Okay, so Weismann thought, because I have cut the tail of these mice, the mice which is going to be born to such parents will be born without a tail. Okay, but he observed that the new pups which were born, they also had a tail. Then what he did, again to the kids, he cut the tail and he made them reproduce, and they also gave birth to mice which had tails. So why this appearance of tail was seen every generation is because the tail is not a part of the reproductive system. If only he had made a change to the reproductive system, the sperm and the egg, then there would be change in the next generation. But what did he do? He made change to the tail. So if you make changes to your hand or leg, if you cut a hand and leg and give birth, does not mean that your children will be born as a handicap. They will still have hands and legs, because hands and legs or tails are not part of the reproductive system. So only the allosomes or sex chromosomes, if they have been changed, then they will give birth to individuals based on the change. Otherwise, if it is the vegetative parts, it is not going to make a change. Okay, so they are not a part of reproductive system. It is a non-reproductive tissue. So there is no change in the DNA. All right. Women are often blamed for bearing daughters. As a student with knowledge in science, how will you explain it to your fellow students that the sex of the child is not determined by the mother's genetic contribution? Again, an analysis question, like I said. Okay, answer is the same. Question is being asked in a different manner. So the answer to this question is, males are having XY chromosome, females are having only XX chromosome. The person who is having an additional heterozygous chromosome is the male. So it is not the woman who is going to be blamed or who should be blamed. It is the man, because his sperms carry different chromosomes. So based on which sperm is going to fertilize the egg, it is the father who is going to decide the sex of the child. Alright. So the same thing, whatever I have explained, sex chromosome, that is the answer. Alright. We cannot pass on to our progeny the experiences and qualifications earned during our lifetime. Justify the statement giving reason and examples. Again, as male contain X, then there is a, because he contains. Yes, Dhanush, that is the answer. So here again, this is an analysis question similar to the Weismann cutting the tail. Okay, so here we are not passing to our progeny, we are not passing the experiences and qualifications what I have. I cannot pass on the degree whatever I have earned. Just because I am a dancer or a singer, I cannot expect my son or daughter to be a dancer or a singer. Just because I am a doctor, I cannot expect my son or daughter to be a doctor. Correct? These are qualifications or degrees or skills that I am acquiring during my lifetime. Okay? So these are skills which we learn during our lifetime. It is not there in our DNA. It is not there in the sperm or the egg. It is not there in a part of the reproductive system. So these are analytical skills, learning abilities, can be music, dance, singing, dancing, anything, or even studying. Okay. So just because I am learning something during my lifetime, I cannot expect the same to be followed by my son or a daughter. Correct? So since this is not a part of my reproductive system, the skills are not being passed to the next generation. So that is what is here. Again, this answer and the Weismann tail answer is the same thing. Okay, there he said the tails are cut. Here they are talking about the analytical skills or learning skills. So whatever it is, answer is going to be the same, question being asked in different manner. That is only the one which is your allosomes or sex chromosomes that are going to be passed on to the next generation. All right. Okay, so this is again the dihybrid cross which we have discussed. Okay, so that is it for the day. Since we have no time, I think we are almost done. Once the session is done, I will be posting the link. Kindly go through the questions. In case whatever was not being done, kindly do it by yourself. It is quite simple. Please go through it, and if you have any doubt, you can come back to me in the next class. I will be meeting you on Saturday with a new chapter that's going to have a lot of importance with your board exam. So please come prepared with that particular chapter. For now, I am signing off. Okay, have a good evening, have a good night. All the very best for your preparation, and we'll meet on Saturday. Okay, thank you all. Bye.